Hello and welcome to Cooking at Home with Sabra Hummus. My name is Mark Hamilton. I'm a private chef and caterer from Brooklyn, New York. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make Caribbean Hummus Rasta Pasta featuring Sabra. Welcome to Cooking at Home with Sabra. So to begin, I'm going to show you guys our ingredients. Starting here, we have our Sabra hummus, roasted garlic hummus. We have salt, black pepper, 1 tablespoon of oil, and 1 tablespoon of butter. We have some red and green bell peppers and some yellow and orange bell peppers. We have 1 sprig of thyme, some parsley, 1 tablespoon of jerk seasoning, 2 cloves of garlic, half a can of coconut milk, some Parmesan cheese, some penne pasta, about a box, and we also have 2 cups of Alfredo sauce. So to begin the process, we're going to start boiling our pasta. So in this pot, we have enough water to fill it with some oil and salt, and we bring it to our rolling boil. We're going to add in our pasta. And once we add in our pasta, we're going to give it a stir in the pot. So we want our pasta to be al dente, so we don't want to cook it too long, about 7 to 8 minutes, or follow the instructions on your packaging. In the meantime, we're going to begin our sauce. So in a large skillet, we're going to heat it up on medium to high heat. To this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of butter with 1 tablespoon of oil. And we're going to allow that to heat up. So this is a really easy and fun dish, and this is something that we can all make with some things that we have in our pantry at the moment. And, using up, it doesn't have to be penne pasta. It can be any type of pasta that you have. You can even make this dish vegan by substituting the Alfredo sauce for a vegan Alfredo sauce and for a dairy-free cheese product, and it'll still come out really good. So in this pot now, we're going to start sauteing our veggies once it has heated up. So once the pan is starts to see some bubbling going on, and you can actually feel the heat when you put your hand over the pot, so you'll know that it's ready to go. So into this pot now, we're going to add our orange bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, red bell peppers, and green. You can just use whatever you had. I had some extra yellow and orange, so I decided to add it in, but just any type of bell peppers that you do have. And we're going to give that a stir. One thing that I like about this dish is that it's really colorful. It shows the vibrancy of the dish, and you can use some really good veggies and, get in your serving of veggies. To this, we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of jerk seasoning. It can be any jerk seasoning of your choice. And give that a stir as well. We're going to add in a sprig of thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, you can use dry thyme. And also 2 cloves of garlic. Now we're going to add the stars of this, the Sabra hummus. So we're going to add 4 tablespoons of the roasted garlic hummus. This one is one of my favorites. The flavor is really distinguished and it's amazing. So this is going to help our pasta really get some good flavor, and also add in those veggies with the chickpeas and all the great ingredients Sabra hummus has inside. So I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of the Sabra roasted garlic hummus. And we're going to continue to give this a stir. So you want to really incorporate everything into the sauce, because what we're doing now is toasting everything and getting the flavors incorporated and everything married together. And the flavors, the smell in this kitchen is just amazing. We're gonna go ahead now, once these have sauteed a little bit longer. And don't worry about the time. We're gonna take that out in the end. It's just in there for our aromatic, which is gonna help us to create flavor in our dish. So at this point, we can now go ahead and add our coconut milk. So I just have some coconut milk here. We're gonna use about half of this, which is a half a can of coconut milk. And just pour it in. And give that a good stir as well. Now we're going to add in our 2 cups of Alfredo sauce, which we have here. Now, if you wanted, again, to be vegetarian, you could swap this out for a vegetarian or vegan option of Alfredo sauce to cut out the dairy, and the dish will still be great. And we're going to go ahead and give that a good stir. The smells coming out of this kitchen is amazing. You can smell the thyme, you can smell all the seasonings that we added in. So now at this point, we're going to salt and pepper to taste. So I have some salt here, just gonna add a couple pieces of salt into it. And some black pepper. As well as some cheese. So here I have some shredded Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna just add that in and incorporate it into our sauce. So you can add as much cheese as you like. I say to use about a fourth to half of a cup. I like cheese, so I actually add a little bit more in. And at this point, you can just let this sit and simmer and let everything get really incorporated into the sauce. We're gonna check on our pasta and just make sure we're continuously stirring it and not cooking it where it's past the point of al dente. So in here now, everything is kind of getting together. The sauce is incorporating. It's getting really thick. We're going to go ahead and taste the sauce because we want to ensure that it has the right amount of salt and pepper in the sauce. Perfect. The Sabra garlic hummus made it amazing. You can taste the chickpea flavor and as well as the garlic, and it's just really good. So for time's sake, I bought some pasta ahead of time, and we're gonna now just add in our pasta into the sauce and combine everything. We can also go ahead and remove our thyme and just continue to stir. And once we add our pasta in, we're gonna just go ahead and continue to taste. You always want to taste your food and make sure that the seasoning is right, the salt is right, because this ensures that the product that we're serving is coming out great. At this point, if you like, you can go ahead and add a little bit more cheese. And this right here is about finished. So here we have our Caribbean Hummus Rasta Pasta. So now I'm going to go ahead and plate it for you guys to see. So the one thing I like about making this dish is, as you can see, it really doesn't take long to prepare. The flavor, it helps to boost up from being a regular Alfredo sauce pasta, and the Sabra hummus just gives it that perfect kick that it needs. So now we're going to take this and we're going to plate our dish. And we see all those yummy peppers and chickpea and Sabra hummus inside there. This just looks really, really good. So now we're going to plate it, and this is where the parsley comes in from. So you can actually garnish this with some fresh parsley if you like, which we have here cut up. And also sprinkle a little bit more cheese on top if you like. And this here is our Sabra Caribbean Hummus Rasta Pasta. Now, doesn't that look good, everyone? I hope you guys really enjoyed this recipe. And now we're going to be taking questions and answers. Questions. Sorry about that.
So the first question is, how did you get interested in cooking?
I started cooking at a young age, at about 4 years old, from seeing my mom and all my family members in the kitchen. I just always gravitated towards the kitchen.
Okay. I've never heard of adding oil to pasta water. What does that do?
So adding the oil to the pasta water helps it to prevent from sticking together. So sometimes when we're boiling pasta, it sticks together. The noodles get caught up, especially like lasagna noodles. So the oil helps to separate because oil and water don't mix. So it helps the pasta in the cooking time from not sticking together.
Could you use something instead of peppers?
So instead of peppers, you can add whatever veggies you like. I just happen to have some peppers on hand, but you can definitely use this with broccoli, with cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, whatever veggie choice you like. And you can definitely switch this up and customize it to your liking.
Can I substitute heavy cream for the coconut milk?
So if you would like to use heavy cream instead of the coconut milk, you can. The coconut milk just helps it to get a really nice flavor because it's from fresh coconuts, and it's a different type of taste, but you can definitely switch it up to your liking.
Can you substitute Alfredo sauce with less calorie sauce?
So you definitely can substitute the Alfredo sauce for something with less calories. You can use low fat. You can even go ahead and make your own Alfredo sauce. So to make your own Alfredo sauce, you'll need butter, garlic, cheese, and any type of low fat milk or whatever product you choose, cashew milk, almond milk. There's a lot of alternatives that you can use to make your own Alfredo sauce.
How do you keep peppers crisp? When I fry my veggies, tend to get soggy.
So the thing with keeping your peppers crisp, you want to ensure that you don't overcook them. The longer you overcook them, the more they start to soften and wilt, and they won't retain that crunch that you want in your dish.
What meats would be good in this dish?
So usually I pair this with either some grilled chicken, some grilled jerk chicken, some shrimp, some lobster. Anything works with it. Usually I like to grill the toppings that I use, such as the lobster, the shrimp, or the chicken. You can use steak, fish, anything of your preference. It pairs well really nicely.
Can you use regular milk?
So with regular milk instead of the coconut milk, you can definitely use that option. Again, it's just about the flavor.
Who taught you how to cook?
So, like I said, being in the kitchen around my mom, it just really helped me and other family members. They just always in the cooking. I come from a really big family, so a lot of my family members, they host a lot of meals and they cook a lot of food, and we just always gather around and cook and have a lot of meals all the time.
Any more questions?
Does anyone have any more questions? I'll be glad to answer them. All right, so thank you everyone for tuning in. My Instagram handle is at chef.markanthony. You can also check out Sabra's page for new and upcoming series that they have and also dishes. Thank you for being here and cooking with Sabra at home. Bye-bye.